What's up? This is LJ from SVC.
Idol, pwede ba picture?
Everybody rap.
Taging latundan, ayoko niya.
Sa internet, yung nag-aaway.
Kalabanin. Hindi mo ako matatay.
Gumawa ako ng munting fliptop battle.
Modern balagtasan.
Resurgence!
Pag-ingay!
Part of the game lang. Murahan.
Requirement ba yung mura? Nanginang-ina mo!
Ano nagkatawag? FlipTop.
When we were in the States, in Rap City, sa BET, one of the first songs that stood out for me is Crossover, EPMD. I fell in love with the music. I saw Social Mischief, Das FX, and K-Solo. A bunch of stuff on BET and Yo MTV Raps. It ain't hard to tell. Nas, when he was rapping in the snow, I thought that was the awesomest thing na nakita ko ever. Keith Murray in the Def Squad, Redman, Mobb Deep, Prodigy, Gangstar, influence yun. And then when we came back here, Master Plan, I'll be biased, yeah, Chris, because of my brother. RB1, because he hits it on the dot, right? I remember Kev, he produced one of the latest SVC, Never Stop. So those are the guys that stand out. At a young age, we migrated overseas because of my dad's work. This was in the Middle East, United Arab Emirates. And then when I reached my young teens, our short stay in the US was very instrumental in influencing me sa hip-hop. One of the radio shows there would play unreleased tracks. That's where I heard kanta ng Das FX even before they came out. So tinitape ko yan, I catch it on tape. People in the neighborhood would be like, oh, you gotta let me hear that. A bunch of the older guys in the neighborhood, a couple of them, I remember their names, John and then Terry. Those were the guys that really did a lot of freestyling on the streets, on the blocks. I was amazed on how they were able to just compose and freestyle off the top. That had a lot of influence on me. In the mid-90s, we came back home in my mid-teens, and that's when I was really just hip-hop 101%. I behaved, thought, lived the culture. When I came back here for college, first year sa San Beda, Alabang, I met Slim. And I was in the classroom, and he walked past it like 3 times just to look at me. Like he was like, sizing me up. So at first I was like, man, who is this dude? Like, what's up, man? Why are you looking at me? Parang ganun. Inabangan niya pala ako na sa hallway, and he started talking to me. And then the first thing he asked me was, hey man, where you from? Dyan, sa Las Piñas ako umuwi. But he's like, no, where are you from in the States? Oh yeah, so I just got the new Loonies, I got the new Cypress Hill. You know, the Bone Thugs is all right, you know. So he started talking about the albums that he had at the time. Oh, I have the Alcoholics. So I'm like, oh, you got the Alcoholics. So that kind of nag-click na kami nun. He started asking me if I knew how to rap and, you know, I knew how to do the stuff. And I said, I got a little something, because I started writing just because of being a fan. It wasn't something that I want to be a rapper. So he started beatboxing and having a little cypher, having a little session in the hallway. From there, we just bonded. So Slim and I made our demo tapes using Damn by Alcoholics. Put it on an old karaoke box, and then we just had a mic. We put handkerchief yung panyo dyan para to act like as a filter. Once we found out, oh, okay, klaro na yung pronunciation ko dito, okay na to. So we had the tape and we started listening to it, and everybody in school started to like look our way na para, oh my, you know, these guys are duo rappers called Freak Functions. I was just tagging along pag may mga parties sa school, and then one of our common friend lived in Sun Valley. Sabi niya, oh, you know, I know Master Plan. You know, you like Master Plan? Like, I know Master Plan. Like, oh yeah, really? Yeah, DJ MOD. You know, he lives in Sun Valley. Until we met Noel because of the one classmate, Master Plan, and went back to the States. Tapos si Noel wanted to kind of like keep it going with production and stuff. So binuo niya yung SVC, na si Ryan tsaka si Joseph lang, and then we came in the picture, and then there, next thing you know, we were making more demos. My homies, Spark in the Dark, weeks lang yata eh. We were in Universal Records in front of the late Miss Belyatan, and I remember she said, Noel, I like Butch and Johnny, so if these boys can do something like a Butch and Johnny, then okay. And then, you know, Noel's like, mom, you know, my God, this is, I got exactly what you need. So played my homies. And then at first Belyatan was like, no, I want something like Bring That Booty. So we made a couple more tracks. And then after that, we finally signed. So we did the first album. It was fun. It was a great experience. We did not expect our single, My Homies, to be amongst the top singles to MTV.
10 bottles later, I'm feeling kinda dazed, but as I do, we got music pumping, check it out.
My homies gotta kick it with me.
would go to Cebu, Davao. So it was memorable because of the crowd appreciation. We were also nominated for an award sa Awit Awards yan eh. Because of that bit of success that the album was making, we had an opportunity again to make a second album called Reality Check.
How I do bother you, bless your whole crew. I thought you knew all the shit that you see me going through. You get your back twisted for thinking shit about me.
Noel produced all the songs, but he gave us somewhat of a liberty to conceptualize a particular song. That's why we were given our own little skits.
Now I'm zoning, ideas coming. Even lay it down and freestyler, writing, I'm just chilling.
We were still very young at the time, very hungry, and we still felt the urge to prove ourselves lyrically. We felt like we haven't really reached that level of recognition that we wanted to. Although the second album also made good because we were nominated Best Videos or something. Everything's Gonna Be Alright, which also hit the airwaves heavily during the time.
Everybody wanna get busy with me. Get off your seats and let me hear you say SBC.
And then our contract ended sa Universal. It was a time when everybody had to just deal with their own personal problems. Ryan had a kid at the time, and you were talking about marriage. DJ MOD was cool, but of course there were some differences that we had to discuss management-wise. We were at the stage where we had to grow and mature individually. And then we met new people. Mad Poets, BB Clan, we became close. Dash, pag kulang kami ng isang tao, this guy would fill in for his verse. RB played such an important role kasi may mga projects siya na he ran out of his way to include us.
Stay focused on the queen is rapping. It's just a sideline. You see me get my big chunk of that pie out of my own minutes.
For taking in, I remember RB already had the beat. Like most of the time, I already had a lot of verses written down. And then I would just ask RB about the concept. Tutay, I love her wordplay. And then Decoy also is one of my favorite dudes. Dun din ni RB pinakita talent sa pag-direct ng video.
RB want the beat traveling, taking y'all on the journey. The freestylers united, we're taking it how you want it, you know. Taking it again. That's right.
A few years later, we were able to do another album, independent yan. The transition from being under a record label with all the support to being independent was to form our own label. The two Ryans just came up with Space Monkey Enterprise.
The Enterprise, family time sense. The Enterprise, see y'all wanna get high when.
We started recording, kaya lang nag-delete, nag-crash yung computer, so we had to redo maybe like more than half of the tracks. That was a big blow in trying to push through with this, pero we were able to do it. We actually thanked the likes of Raymond, Eraserheads, because we recorded a couple of demos in his house, sa Marikina. And I thank the master plan, especially Johnny Luna. He made this one beat probably for them, but out of like support and like guiding us through the transition, he gave that beat.
Yo, it's the SBC, another unit of the TAT.
So throw your hands up and reach for the sky. We be the tribe, all you suckers wanna be like.
Francis M played a big role mentorship-wise. Francis would talk constantly about what he did. 2005, we were able to make an album, All Natural. Every beat, every instrument that was placed in there all went through a collective thing. The musical experience is more like in-depth. A bunch of those things, we left it to the two Ryans to really get done. Joseph is part of the third album, although not in every song. He just had to go through family stuff, relationships. It was tough, but at the same time, dun mo talaga makita that love for music is the one that will really carry you through thick and thin, regardless kung sign ka o hindi.
The real hip-hop music, the real hip-hop music.
Inside your body, yes, you can feel it.
It just so happened at the time, we had to grow our separate ways sa SBC because of family, because of career. We just grew, pero yung passion to make something, to write something was always there. Then I saw my brother Chris making so many beats. So I just told him, can I have this beat? Can I make this song on this? And then I made one song. After recording two songs, that's when I decided, hey, I think I want to make a solo album. While Chris was busy making a bunch of beats, I would write down using the songs that I like at the time that had a heavy influence on me, even the concept. Then I would turn to Chris and ask him what beats are there. I would play something, then I would look at my notepad. Nah, it's too fast. Nah, that's not the mood. So usually ganun, I would match it. There are instances then na meron siyang beat na narinig ko na parang, oh my God, I like it. Sinulat ko talaga yung lyrics on that beat. Like First Wifey.
Pop, y'all. Yes, you are my first strike. You bring her back, y'all. The days of pure rap. Pop, you my first wifey. Check it out. Pop, you my first wifey.
The Foundation is a track that is very close to me because it's a track about my eldest daughter, Kiana. Kasi I ended the relationship with her biological mother when she was barely 2 years old. What came along with parting ways with the mother was not seeing her. It was a very heavy emotion sa akin. So I wrote my thoughts on it, and I think when I wrote it down, it just came out like a poetry. It hit the pockets. I felt so emotional. So attached to the song.
This is all we're left for the foundation. Imagine a woman built to last, still was written. Cause that it couldn't happen. Between us, strictly speaking. Wishing you the best, but we're better off separated.
Second would probably be My Shine, produced by Ryan Aramento. Simply because you're lyrically like, trying to prove yourself. Pero that song is like, whatever, man. I can say whatever I want, and I'm still boss. Parang gana.
A true Asiatic representative. These words is medicine for the fair who had to see and feel where I'm from.
Ain't nobody that can hold me down.
And then I called it The Journey because, for one, it's like, I'm doing this on the solo tip. And at the same time, I wanted to do this thing, but at the same time, some of my family members want me to do this. It's a juggle. So what is this? This is a journey.
It's the journey. To my colleagues, I hope y'all can take some time out to break down all the words coming out of my mouth.
Jigger, my manager, was the one who told me, you gotta make a second one. Almost all the songs that were produced again by Chris, we were still on the same page. I'm like, hey, this is not over. Parang you just felt like it's still flowing out of me. All those circumstances led me to parang, let's make another one.
How you doing, my brother? How's your life? Is you doing alright? Career shining bright. I hope all is well and you're getting that paper.
Same process. So it's more comfortable kasi parang walang pressure sa kanya. I just gotta tell him like a couple things. Like, oh, are you free tonight? Do a couple tracks. A bunch of the songs were offsprings of the journey na hindi ko nasali. Pero 70-80% are all new. But I think the one that's standing out in my head right now is this song called Differences. It's a metaphorical song. You kind of talk about life situations, like people trying to snake you and stab you in the back for one reason or another. Maybe the song was completed less than an hour, like half an hour. So when that happens, you're like in that zone. Usually those are the songs that kind of like has some sort of magical things happen.
Between you and me, I'm on my own when I do this. Cause I got to learn we were born to be different. Handle your own and had a mind and dance straight. Cause in reality, it's all true for self anyway.
So I tried writing something in Tagalog. Basta express mo yung true sentiment mo if you do it in your own dialect.
Lahat tayo ay merong pagsisikap. Kailan kaya tayo aangat sa paghihirap? Kung saan ayon sa batas ang pinagkagawa ko, bakit wala pa rin ako makitang pagbabago? Logic
for Reason would probably be one of the things na is close to me in terms of maturing lyrically, keeping everything in perspective. You now turn into a conscious MC, talk about politics almost in every song. You talk about the effects of corruption.
Most of us still remain oblivious to the real state of my nation, cause we gotta do it on our own. But deep inside we're still wishing for the right leader. Until then we have to deal with a blind public.
I remember like my father really wanted me to finish up law school to get that just to appease you or whatever. Let me do it, but I'm still gonna do this music, but I'm gonna bring it to you on a different perspective. I wanted to prove myself. Now, this guy's grown. Yun yung Logic for Reason.
Everybody wanna rap now, but it's a fact that majority of y'all sound dumb on a mic now. To get my point across, it's all Logic for Reason. So I would keep explaining my thoughts and its whole system.
Yes, it was difficult. Being on stage by yourself. When I was with SVC, I had one 16-bar verse. Tapos, I have 3 other guys backing me up. So it was more difficult because you really had to execute the performance from point A to point Z na dapat clean. There was even a couple times when I rapped the same verse from the first verse and second verse. So, pero I just had to like, okay lang, sige. Do it. Just go through it. Finish it, man. Kakakahiya ka, dude. Yeah. So, okay lang. So that's part. And then, of course, sharing your thoughts. When you record it, you don't really have anyone there to tell you na, oh, okay ba to? Mas mahirap pag mag-isa ka. Parang feeling mo parang extra work. But it was fun. It was a good experience naman. After Logic at the time, parang gusto mo lang gumawa ng gawa eh. I won't stop. I want to keep going and going. But the circumstances, things happen out of control na you can't really execute it na. One of the reasons my brother got busy with other artists, sa akin din, settled down, got married. He had to start making money na, and, you know. But I never thought of stopping. It just got to a point na parang, sige na nga, huwag na nga pilitin to, parang busy na eh. Ganun. Yun lang. So that's one of the reasons. A few years from now, I hope that we will be able to appreciate all the aspiring artists to not hold back. If I hear some tracks, parang, you know, are you sure that you like that sound? Because you're probably just doing that sound because you were told to do that sound so that you can cater to this particular audience. You know, traditionally, artists like to play safe, so they would like to stick to tradition, especially the guys that were used to the record label thing. Those institutions are still there. They still have the publication, you know, the mechanisms in place to put out an artist. But then again, those things can be countered by other mediums that can play a part in that to make it just as successful, like internet. So it still boils down to the talent of the artist, to be very frank. I think a lot of guys should take a cue from the likes of Akeja, na parang, oh, no holds barred ako, pare. Like, APOC, bana to. These guys are going there and telling you exactly, now there's no gray areas. I'm gonna go in there with this beat, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't care what you think, but this is me. You have to be happy first before making others happy. Just don't hold back on it, just say it, write it, speak it, and then kung anong beat yung nafe-feel mo, do it. You know, para huwag mo nang isipin kung will this be a success or not. You know, failure is part of success. Basta success sa'yo yan, okay yan. That's the core of being an artist anyway. For me, parang it's still there. So I can't say to come back and, you know, that would be great. I'm not gonna close my doors, but dapat buo na, you ready ka na. But it's still there. It's still in my thoughts, to be very frank. I love this music. I love it. I still have a bunch of lyrics on my phone. Hindi ko lang ma-record. Wala naman age limit yung music eh. Tingnan natin. We'll see.